tonight on SportsDesk.
Battle of the Birds. Our In the Trenches team is live at Hard Rock to break down Miami's matchup against Louisville in the contest for the Bronze Boots.
Plus, football for everyone. Taryn Jacobs tells us more about how one football player is breaking barriers.
And finally, Spirit Squad. Gio Alonso joins the cheer team in this week's edition of Off the Bench.
All this and more.
SportsDesk starts right now.
I'm Ed Reed, and you're watching SportsDesk.
Hi, I'm Rhys Davis, and you're watching SportsDesk.
Hi, I'm Jim Kelly, former UM guy. You're watching SportsDesk.
What's up? I'm DJ Williams, and y'all watching SportsDesk.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to SportsDesk. I'm Manny Nacarado.
And I'm Shay McDonald. Thank you for joining us.
And Shay, Hard Rock was empty this weekend, no Canes action.
Might not have been any Canes, but there was some pro action over in Hard Rock Stadium. Even though the Hurricanes got the week off, Hard Rock Stadium was still busy on Sunday as the Dolphins took on the Chargers. Let's take a look at those highlights. Dolphins, Chargers taking on each other. A tale of two quarterbacks, but Devon Achane going to get the action starting as he goes down the sideline, and he is way too fast for anybody on the Chargers, scoring the Dolphins' first points of the day. Now Justin Herbert stepping up in the pocket. He's going to roll out to the outside and find his man, Ladd McConkey, the second-year Georgia receiver. You're going to see plenty of him today, this afternoon. Tua stepping up in the pocket again and firing over the middle. It's going to be picked off. Tua with a crucial interception in a key spot, and the Chargers will capitalize. Herbert rolling out, dumping it off to Kamani Vidal in replacement of the injured Amarion Hampton, and he's making the most of his opportunities. Achane going around too fast again for his second touchdown. Key point, and Darren Waller is scoring again. Play after play for Waller since coming back out of injury and retirement. Herbert making plays right here. They call him the if man, but no if, ands, or buts. But this one is Ladd McConkey makes a man miss and goes down the sideline, putting the Chargers in field goal range. That catch brings over 100 yards, and Dicker, the kicker, with a game winner right between the uprights, 5 for 5 on the day as the Chargers win 29-27. I just take a look at that. Herbert with a big day, but Tua, 3 interceptions, costly as the Dolphins fall to 1-5.
The Hurricanes continue ACC play after the bye week right now against the Louisville Cardinals. Our In the Trenches crew is live at Hard Rock Stadium to break down tonight's game. Guys?
Thanks, guys. Welcome back to In the Trenches. I'm your host, Penelope Gilbert, joined by analyst Gio Alonso. Miami just kicked off their Friday night matchup against Louisville here at Hard Rock Stadium. They're looking to improve to a 6-0 start to their season. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are suffering from a few setbacks with some of their key players out with injuries. So, Gio, what's this game going to look like for them?
Absolutely, Penelope. Well, Louisville wasn't a very strong team running the football, even when they were healthy. The Cardinals only 13th in the ACC in rushing yards per game. This team's strength is the pass. They lead the conference in most passing attempts per game with 35.8, and they've got the guys to do it. I'm talking about Chris Bell, the standout senior receiver for the Louisville Cardinals. He's been a big factor for their success so far this year with a 4-1 record. Second on the team in yards, second on the team in catches, tied for 4th in the conference in touchdowns. In the last 2 games, he's got 22 catches for 305 yards and 3 touchdowns against quality ACC opponents. He's 6'2", 220. He can go up and get any pass, and that back shoulder fade is one of Miller Moss's favorite throws. If Louisville's going to win tonight, they need Chris Bell to have another big game.
Taking it to the Canes offense, they've been impressive all season, led by quarterback Carson Beck. He's thrown for just over 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. Gio, what's made him and this offense so successful?
Well, Penelope, I could sit here and tell you, but why don't we hear it from the man himself? Now, we got the chance to talk to Carson Beck at media availability this past Wednesday, and here's what he had to say about the Canes O-line success.
And to have that O-line it's been awesome this year. You know, I typically get the ball out very quick, right? That's just something that I've always done, I think, in my entire career, but now there's a little extra time.
The stats here, Penelope. Carson Beck's had a great year because of the O-line has kept him clean. Only 23 pressures for the first 5 games from Miami this season. He's got the best clean pocket percentage of any team in the FBS at 84.4%. And this success has bled over the run game as well. Mark Fletcher's having a big game, 6th in the ACC in yards, and Miami is 4th in the ACC in rushing yards per game this season.
And both teams are coming off a bye week, and both teams are hungry for an ACC championship game appearance. So, Gio, what do the Canes have to do to come out of this game with another win?
Well, Penelope, first and foremost, Miami, it's front lines for 4 quarters. The Hurricanes have struggled to put together a complete 60-minute fight. They're going to have to do that today, and they're going to have to be able to run the ball against the ACC's top passing defense. Number 2, it is bring down the bell curve. Chris Bell's having an incredible year. He's playing at the top of his game. Miami secondary has to bring him back down to earth. And third, bring home the boots. It's a big-time rivalry game here at Hard Rock on a Friday night. Weird things can happen. Got to handle the ebbs and flows if you want to get the win.
Absolutely. Well, let's take it to our football beat reporter, Ashley Friedland. She got a chance to talk to Lamar Thomas. Ashley?
So the Miami Hurricanes are playing right now. We have to ask, is this a national championship team?
It's a national. Yes, we're winning. This is South Florida. They come out for winners. That's what we do. And as long as we continue to win, this has that national championship feel. And where's the national championship? Right in our own home, baby.
How many similarities do you see from this team and all the natties they have before?
Well, you're not going to blow everybody out, okay? And every season, those undefeated seasons, there's that one game or maybe 2 games that are pretty close, and I think it builds your character. It makes you understand that, hey, you have to fight to the end.
I love to hear it, but that is all the time we have for you guys. Back to you.
Thanks, guys. Every week, Pat McAfee and College Game Day show us that kicking field goals is no easy feat. On this edition of Athlete of the Week, Sophia Mazza reminds us of that as she talked and kicked with a Canes kicker who's had ice in his veins all season. Sophia?
Hey Canes fans, welcome back to Athlete of the Week. I'm Sophia Mazza, and today I'm going to be kicking a field goal with Canes football's Carter Davis.
So Carter, walk me through your stretch to get me ready to kick that field goal.
I do hip flexors, so like I'll go down on the knee and I'll just push it forward, and then I'll do ambies at the same time. So I'm up at both sides, out to the side.
Yeah, a good stretching.
Exactly, and then I'll do quads a little bit. I'll just stand here, do a little quad stretch. And I'm typically pretty solid.
Do you have any rituals that you do before you kick?
I just do my step. I'll sit here for a second, look at my spot, and I'll look at the back up at my target, and then I'll look at the ball, I just take a deep breath, and then I'll give it like a nod, and then it just goes down from there.
Okay, Carter, so let's see if you're as good as a coach as you are a kicker.
You do like your big toe knuckle, and you do 3 like very controlled steps back, 2 steps over. This foot should go to your plant. You'll see me like I'll step, I'll move my foot to where it is, and I'll tap my toes so like my toes are in the front of my cleat. And then you do a jab, which is usually like half a foot length, and then this is gonna be your drive step. So like you'll drive off this, and then you'll come into your plant right to where you're aiming. Basically want to watch your foot hit the ball.
Okay.
Majority of the time, I try to keep my eyes down as long as possible because I figure the crowd's gonna tell me if it's good or not.
I need an example before I go, so can you give us?
You do your 3 steps. You line it up to your target. Do your 2 over. Line up, plant. I'm gonna go school because I'm not shooting the ball.
Okay.
Bang. So.
Money. You make it look easy, but now I'm gonna have to go in for it. Oh wait, deep breath.
Great. Boom. On. Go. Get me and the front. Stop.
I hit it with like my ankle.
Like all of them.
One more. It felt better. Okay, I'll take it, I guess. Well, that's it for this week's Athlete of the Week. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sophia. Coming up, Johnny Muschin focuses on the negatives in Canes athletics, but the positives on Canes social media.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas.
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
In Fort Lauderdale, one football player steps onto the gridiron every week to prove that anyone can hold their own on the field. Our reporter Taryn Jacobs has a story.
At first glance, this may look like your typical defensive line. Big guys, shoulder to shoulder. But one of them isn't like the others.
Well, you hurt a little bit?
That's Soraya Lewis, a 5'6", 160-pound girl who plays defensive end at Fort Lauderdale High School. Most girls who break into the sport end up on special teams, but Soraya chose to line up with the boys up front.
I like to hit. I like to tackle. I like to be on the line, in the trenches.
And so, it's no surprise she got a few strange looks the first time she laced up her cleats and hit the field.
I'm not gonna lie, I was scared at first. She came out both of our freshman years, and I saw her. I was like, is that a girl?
Some of them took to me pretty easily, and others took to me as like a joke, thinking I would be gone within the first week.
But she let her game do the talking.
Then I saw her like overpowering the other dudes on the team. I was like, damn, that's a strong girl. She's one of our best players, you know, and she shows it every single day.
And it's not just her skill on the field, it's the passion behind every snap.
She's tougher than a lot of these guys out here, and it's just the fact that she comes willing to work every single day. If she has a broken nail, she's gonna continue playing. If she falls on her butt, she's gonna get back up and play.
Despite earning respect of the team, her competition still underestimates her. So much so, she receives threats from the other team she plays, which sometimes forces her to be sidelined.
They think she's a joke, like they take her for a joke because she's a girl, obviously. But once they line up against her and they see like she don't play around, like the tone definitely changes.
You'll hit with me, right? Sexy Dexy?
Above all, this team has given Soraya her second home.
They're like my brothers now. I've grown to love most of them like family.
What Soraya has done in her 4 years proves that nothing is impossible.
Everybody has a trailblazer. Everybody, it needs to start with somebody. So she's that perfect person for it to start.
I love to show people that I'm not just here for no reason. I love to see the look on their face when they realize I'm not just a pretty princess that's just here just because the coach said, oh, I can't tell her no.
Taryn Jacobs, UMTV.
Thanks, Taryn. While things have been looking good for Miami football, Behind the Post has been feeling down. Johnny, are you okay?
I want to start off by saying I appreciate everyone who has reached out to me during this rough patch of time. Even though Canes athletics has shown out this fall, there's always going to be some adversity. But luckily, we still have Canes social media to soothe any pain. I'd say we all take a trip behind the post. I'm Johnny Mushton, and I'm your host. The Lady Canes were placed right in the middle of the ACC at number 8 for preseason rankings. While that isn't bad for a very new team, the Miami Hurricanes aren't your average team. And now, during practice, they seem determined to make a splash early in the season. Canes volleyball had a huge upset against a top 10 ACC matchup in the Pitt Panthers. Now they're going on the road with some momentum, right? Oh no, they fell just 2 days later to SMU, crushing their 15-game win streak. But let's just try to focus on their Pitt win with some of their highlight plays. Now, one sport I know has got some optimism has got to be Canes football. This past weekend, they took down the... Oh yeah, last week was a bye week. But tonight, they take on the Louisville Cardinals in a game that I did not get tickets to. I guess there is only bad news this week. But maybe CC Maui can give us something that'll put a smile on my face.
Stood out to me the most is our receiver core. You know, they're really physical. They come down and block, and they help us push the ball, and that gets me excited. I mean, our receiver core is pretty amazing with doing that.
Hopefully, this weekend can be a big one for the Canes to keep me in high spirits so I can continue showing all of you the joys of Hurricane social media. I'm Johnny Mushin, and I just took all of you behind the post. Back to you.
Thanks, Johnny. Coming up on SportsDesk, how one young athlete is defying the odds and shining on the court despite facing adversity. But first, it's time for some trivia. With the bronze boots up for grabs tonight, which of these 4 schools did Howard Schnellenberger not coach for? Was it A, FAU, B, Louisville, C, Miami, or D, Indiana? Find out after the break.
All right, guys, I got it. I got the bronze boots.
Johnny, that's not the Schnellenberger trophy.
No, these are real. You don't know what you're talking about.
They're not.
They're not.
They're not.
I paid $10 million for these. What are you talking about?
They're in Hard Rock Stadium, Johnny.
Johnny, they're in Hard Rock. Welcome back to SportsDesk. If you answered D, Indiana, you would be correct. Howard Schnellenberger coached for the Hurricanes from 1979 to 1983, Louisville from 85 to 94, and FAU from 2001 to 2011. Most notably, he won a national championship in his last year with the Canes. A recreational basketball league in Coral Springs is paving the way for young athletes and creating a space for true talent to shine. Delaney Haddad has the story.
A true athlete trains hard, is dedicated, and knows self-discipline. And 16-year-old Florida native Alex Gracia is no exception.
I practice every day. I shoot every single day. You have to be practicing and focused every time you're in a game.
But Alex isn't like most athletes. His training goes beyond the average basketball players.
When I was born, I had a stroke, and the right side of my body got paralyzed.
And that stroke led to hemiplegia. Hemiplegia is a medical condition that causes paralysis or weakness on one side of the body. The condition affects roughly 1 in 1,000 children, 80% of those cases occurring around the time of birth. It typically affects the arm, leg, and face on the same side, leading to challenges with motor skills, grasping objects, balance, and walking.
We didn't know what was going to happen. I saw a black cloud over us. So, yeah, it was very, very sad. I cried a lot.
But for Alex, his condition only proves that true athleticism comes from determination, not limitation.
Every single coach loves him because he is a hard worker. With his condition, the other kids don't have any excuse not to work hard because he's the hardest worker, so they have to keep up with him.
He doesn't make any excuses. He doesn't ask for handouts. He comes to practice every day, doesn't want to be treated any different. And his teammates don't treat him any different, and neither do I. And the team really just gels around him.
At first, I was really surprised on how well he holds his own. Even with harsh defenses, he's able to create passes and to just score like a normal player. He's just as much of a threat as your average rec player.
Day in and day out, Alex exceeds all expectations. But what he really wants is to play the sport he loves, surrounded by like-minded athletes.
It's really easy to become friends with the people here because everyone's so friendly and everyone's so nice, and they're all just come here to play basketball. You know, they're all happy, they all support me. They're always there for me every time I mess up, or even if I do well. They're always there supporting me.
We feed off of him, and it's just he comes to practice, he works hard, no excuses, so nobody else comes with excuses, and everybody always gives me 110% in practice because of Alex.
And it's his personality. He likes to do things the right way, and the participation in sports in the team, he cares very much about the entire team.
And it's clear to see that his passion and drive for the game is an inspiration to those around him.
It makes you think when you're having a bad day, like there are people who weren't gifted as much as you, and they're trying way harder than you, so that really shows that you can motivate and you can try to be just like him. I love that guy, man. He's a great guy, and I'm so proud of what he does on the court. It's amazing.
Delaney Haddad, UMTV.
Thank you, Delaney. Every week, there's a rowdy cheer group behind Canes football that gets the fans excited and energized for game day. And Gio Alonso got to see if he had what it takes to join them on the sidelines on this edition of Off the Bench.
What's up, guys? We're here on the Nike Sports Complex at the campus of the University of Miami. We're going to be spending a couple hours with you cheer, seeing if we have what it takes to rumble, tumble, and cheer for the Canes. I'm Gio Alonso, and tonight I'm taking you into the field and off the bench.
Now, I don't have years and years of cheerleading experience to fall back on when I mess up, so I knew that if I was going to learn how to do this, I had to learn fast.
I want it to be a little bit stretchy, and I didn't know I was going to get into today.
During warm-ups, I was assigned to be a spotter, even though I had no idea what to spot for.
I think I did a good job there.
I didn't do a good job there, but maybe I could, because my first lesson was soon underway.
Water in them, and you're throwing the water, and you're catching the water right backward.
Got you. Okay. All right. Elbows in. I didn't drop her. I feel good about that. I don't think I've ever been more tense in my life.
After a lot of watching and even more practicing, I was finally starting to get the hang of it.
And then,
That was so good!
am I really getting good at this? Or am I just less hesitant to throw a girl into the air than I thought I was, or anyone thought I was?
I was quickly humbled by trial and error.
I keep getting the legs from going out.
Lots of errors.
Oh, nope, didn't get high enough. Oh.
That was good!
Yep.
Hey!
After succeeding for a split second, it was time to find my true calling.
I got it.
Chanting.
Hey!
I was loud and certainly proud, but the choreography still gave me a bit of trouble.
Wow.
It's like,
Okay. It's a power stance. Boom.
yeah, it's like.
You good over there?
After I was called for cleanup duty, my time with U Cheer had sadly come to an end.
All right, that was my experience at U Cheer. I did rumble, I did tumble, and I learned a few things more than I thought I would. I'm Gio Alonso, and I just took you in the field.
Thanks, Gio. Still ahead, 2 black belts showing how kicking butt has no age limit. Sports Desk returns after the break.
You thinking about retirement?
Of course I've thought about it, but there's all this stuff in the way.
Oh, you're not kidding.
The house, the kids are going to college.
My new car.
Car? You bought a new car?
Oh, hey, you should meet my friend Avo. Avo's a retirement coach. He'll help get you started.
But what does Avo tell you to do?
You don't know? Focus on your future. Your goals can still be met.
But how?
Target your tomorrow. And use the Avo bet.
You sing?
Not really. A is for taking action. Start off with a plan.
You built these letters?
Yep. V is for variety. There's so many ways you can.
I follow you.
Come on. O's for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice sign.
Thanks, I made it myself.
Cool.
Most believe that it's harder to play sports the older you get, but these two guys are still kicking it. Jaden Coey has the details.
At Valente Brothers Jiu-Jitsu in North Miami, dedication runs deep. And for Miles Klein and Scott Penley, that dedication has earned them a black belt at 85 and 87 years old. They are amongst the oldest in the studio to reach that rank, but Miles and Scott move with the focus and determination of men half their age.
I was retired, and this was appealing in many ways. Self-defense, physical activity, staying in shape, that type of thing. I got a lot of things to be proud of. One of the greatest moments of my life was walking into that room and testing and later finding out that I passed. It was a huge accomplishment for me.
Across the mat, 26-year-old Julian Lopez, the second youngest in the studio to earn a black belt, sees these two as role models.
At their age, they have so much experience, and they share it like if I was their own grandson. And they're always willing to help. They show that even though they're very successful, they have huge families, they're looked up to, they put on the kimono, they put the white belt on when they started, and they wanted to learn just like anyone else.
And in the spirit of learning, they gave me a shot to step onto the mat. These mats see people from all ages and backgrounds, but what stands out the most isn't just skill, it's spirit. Whether you're 7 or 87, there's always something new to learn. With every step, throw, and tap, they're teaching all of us a lesson in strength, resilience, and the power of simply getting started. Jaden Cohey, UMTV.
Thanks, Jaden. AFC North rivalry games always bring the heat, and last night, despite being massive underdogs, the Bengals found themselves in a position to snatch away a game on the division-leading Steelers. Let's head to Paycord Stadium in Cincinnati for today's Play of the Day. So let's send it off to the 40 Bowl as Aaron Rodgers is going to take the snap in shotgun, throw one up to DK Metcalf, and oh my gosh, it gets snatched out of his hands. That's DJ Turner II, just rips it out of DK Metcalf's hands. Give me that. And the Bengals are going to go on and win this game, get one over the division-leading Steelers, and that's going to be your Play of the Day.
And Manny, speaking of upset alert, as we sit here right now, the Cardinals are going at the Canes, currently up 14-0 in the ball game in the first quarter. Our In the Trenches host, Gio Alonso, is back live at Hard Rock for a mid-game update on the action. Gio, what's the latest?
Thanks, guys. Now, we're still here outside of Hard Rock Stadium, even though the Miami versus Louisville game is underway, and so far, it has not looked pretty for the Canes. Louisville took the ball first and went down the field in their opening drive, scoring a touchdown. Sophomore Isaac Brown, who we mentioned just a bit ago on In the Trenches, had a big role in that drive, 2 carries for 39 yards, and Miller Moss dinked and dunked his way, getting third down conversions along the way. After Miami went 3 and out on their first possession of the game, Louisville went right back down the field, and who else would it be but Chris Bell taking a drag route 35 yards and outracing every Miami defender into the end zone. The Cardinals currently lead the second-ranked Hurricanes 14-0 here in the first quarter, and so far it has been all Cards, no Canes. Carson Beck, only 1 of 2 passing and 1 run for Mark Fletcher for 1 singular yard for Miami. Canes are on the ropes. We'll see how the game progresses after we continue. Excuse me.
Well, Shay, I can't say surprised. Miami historically bad off the bye week. Maybe a smokescreen from that FSU game that was after a bye week, but not looking good so far.
It's not looking good, and we talked about some of these keys earlier on as Gio talked about Chris Bell breaking free on that big touchdown. It's key plays. Miami needs to get that offense going. Quick 3 and out is not going to be any help, especially when a punt return puts them right in position to score again that easily.
Yeah, but it's no doubt you're going to be seeing Chris Bell going to be playing on Sundays. Miami's got to stop this dynamic Louisville offense, and it starts with the defense. So we'll see what the Canes can do and bring so far to the table.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot that they're going to need to come back from that 14-0 deficit. But that's all we have for today's show. Thank you for joining us.
We'll be here in the same time, same place. Have a great evening, everyone.